Welcome back to Fist Entertainment. This time for my, or should I say, welcome back to Fist Entertainment for a return to The Conjuring from 2013. Still, today, one of the best horror films ever. This is based on real life events. And this is probably the best I've ever seen when it comes to a witch possessing a human being in any movie. What makes The Conjuring work so well, though, really? If you think about it, what makes it work so well? Well, it's the execution of the movie, if you really think about it. When you have so many things that this movie does better than other movies. It does the haunted house scenario as well as demon scenario. So much more than you see with traditional haunted movies. And of course, Ed and Lorraine Warren's investigation is really brought into light in this movie. Of course, we already know the plot of this movie, so I don't have to go through that. We'll just talk about the cinematic experience in my overall opinion. It's just a big wow factor on this one. I mean, this particular film came out of nowhere. No one was at all expecting it to be like this. I mean, when people saw the trailers for The Conjuring back 2013, perhaps late 2012, they probably were not expecting this movie to be what it is. And I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was, and all I did is just buy it over at my local Best Buy, and that's it. And I had no idea it was going to be this good. This is definitely one of my favorites. Of course, this is a film that started the entire franchise, although it is the fifth film in chronological order within the franchise, obviously. Now, like I said, some people can argue that this takes place at the same time as Annabelle Comes Home. Some people say it takes place right after Annabelle Comes Home. I'll be perfectly honest. I know exactly when it takes place. They changed a few things, but they did do this in the Conjuring universe because of casting choices and films that take place earlier in the film franchise. You see, they didn't actually film these movies in order. They filmed them very much out of order. But if you pay attention to this movie, The Conjuring, you will notice that you do have a blonde woman babysitting their daughter during the events of The Conjuring when they go on to their investigation. So this take a lot of rocket science to figure it out. They obviously couldn't get the old woman that was the nanny in The Conjuring, so they did away with that and said, oh, it was a younger teenage woman, college student, who babysits their daughter. Which, of course, now you kind of know what they did. So you can put A and B together and come up with C. Changed the character a little bit while still kind of making it reference the original nanny from The Conjuring. And make it a younger person. There you go. Annabelle Comes Home. So the last film and this film actually do take place at the same time. Except for the very first part of Annabelle Comes Home, which takes place obviously about a few days or a week or so before The Conjuring. But this investigation at this haunted house and this possession, this demonic witch that's possessing mom, of course, and all that stuff. Of course, we don't know where to plot this movie. But for people that don't want to watch the original review, I'll make it a very quick one, not go into details because I don't have to. I reviewed this movie. This is just my cinematic opinion of the film of watching it on the big screen, and we'll get to that in a minute. I'm just trying to kill some time here. All right. Ed and Lorraine Warren, renowned paranormal investigators, are called to a Midwestern town to a family that just bought this house in the middle of nowhere, and they have strange, bizarre, supernatural things happening to them. And they investigate and find out that this house is a house of hoarders in which every occupant family has lived in it before, all the way back to a witch trial and killing, in which a witch actually, I guess not a witch trial. That's right, not a witch trial, but basically put, occupants who bought in the house before the current ones all suffered the same fate. And it all links back to how a witch, or a woman who practiced witchcraft a couple of 100 years ago, went ahead and, although when this film takes place, it would actually be closer to about 150 years ago, because this film does take place in, after all, in about 1977, 76, somewhere around there. Basically, this woman murdered her children and hung herself in the backyard and cursed the land. So when a family moves into this house, the mom gets possessed by the evil, the demonic spirit of the witch who killed her children. And of course, obviously, kills her own children and husband and that lot. There you go. Well, the current family is going for this. Ed and Lorraine Warren assist, and they solve the investigation, and they exorcise the demonic demon outside of the mom's body. But yeah, I think what really makes this movie work so well, though, is the execution of it all. It's all realistic, and this is the really refreshing haunted house movie, because everything that you see in this movie really did happen in real life, and that's what I think makes it so much different than other conventional haunted house movies, which set aside from the Annabelle Hoarder and Huntington, Connecticut. Even those have victorious elements to them. This is probably the least victorious made haunted house movie based on real events that you're probably going to find. Except for, of course, The Conjuring 2, which is also based on a haunted house. But that one really, in my opinion, is the full throttle film that kind of brings all of these films together. Again, released way before a lot of these films. But when you watch them in chronological order, it makes a lot of sense. Well, the theatrical experience of The Conjuring. Well, again, it only had 5.1 DTS HD Master Audio on this movie, but it definitely delivered. It had a lot of really good sound going around in this movie. I was very, very surprised by the sound of The Conjuring. Conjuring, I did not think was going to be this good for a 5.1 track on this type of setup, but it really is. It's for the big screen experience. Well, I'm slapping myself in the face. I should have went to the movie theaters to watch this movie. It would have been a really groundbreaking experience, but I could definitely say I really did enjoy watching this movie on the big screen. It really is truly a movie that you need to watch theatrically. So, if you don't have one, get a big screen. Yeah, get a big screen projector. Yeah, just get the projector, get the projector screen. You'll be very happy you did. This movie is definitely worth your time to watch theatrically. All these are, in my opinion. The Conjuring universe, I just knew that these films would actually deliver on many levels theatrically versus watching them conventionally. So that's why I did this special event in the first place. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say about The Conjuring from 2013's cinematic review. Like I say, it was a pleasure returning to this movie. I think that it's definitely fun. This will probably be the last time I watch and review this movie. Probably won't do that again. But I just thought it was a special idea to kind of do this. And of course, I'll be saying that again with the last two films within this universe, which I'll be reviewing next. So I'll see you guys next time for my review of The Curse of La Llorona from 2019. Or The Curse of La Llorona. Yeah, I think it's how it's pronounced. But I'll see you for my review of that one next.